season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
On first down, loss. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Second and 6. And this one's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. But now it's third down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
And he'll find Hall. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
First down, Atlanta.
Ready? 70, Indy.
54 Mike. Get ready.
Let's go.
They'll run on first down. It's Curtis. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard.
Hey, let's get this.
22 jet bomber.
Second and 1. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hall. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First down, Falcons.
Ready.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is first and 10 at the 46.
Watch out.
Greystone travel. Look at me. Zipper. Hit it.
Operating from the gun. Nicholson. And finding the tight end Hooper. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
Down.
Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Crash.
Second and 5. Throw left side complete. It's Curtis. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
To throw on third down, Nicholson. Open man, it's Keith Kirkwood. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
So with 4th down looming, Dan Quinn sends out his field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. The crossbar and comes back no good. And by just a couple of inches, this remains a scoreless game. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again. Ryan. That's going to be caught by Samuel. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowski to punt this one away. And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49.
Hey.
They'll try the left side. Loss. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. 15 yards, 1st down Atlanta.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Pick it up.
From the gun, Nicholson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Hey, replay. Switch up.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. They'll roll him out right. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
They go play action now. Ryan sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Play action, Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
The point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Here we go.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Check. 39.
Hey, Echo.
45. Mike, 45. Hey.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. 2nd and 10, it's Ryan again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
Mike spot 4. I'm coming after you.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Check 26, check 23.
218, chop. Get it.
On 1st down, Curtis. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
We talk about setting a tone or beginning a drive. That run was absolutely textbook. I'm telling you, partner, now they're not just thinking about an easy drive. They're thinking about maybe taking it downfield.
Yeah, started at their 2. Now they've got a heavy amount of breathing room. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Back to throw. Nicholson. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 7 yards there and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll run on first down. It's Curtis. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
6-6. Pull it high.
At the 18-yard line.
58, Mike.
On 2nd down now. It's Curtis. He's got a first down past the 30 and all the way up to the 35-yard line. A nice pickup there. 18 yards. First down, Falcons.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Nicholson. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 39-yard line.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
He wasn't ready.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
This quarterback now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Nicholson firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Back to throw. Nicholson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Nicholson throwing the out route and complete. That's Hall. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
That's going to be caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Here we go. 70, Indy.
Strong right, strong right, strong right. Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Chance.
61, matchbox lights.
Right there, 56. Rip right. 56, the mic, boys, 56. Check, 56.
Sit up.
Pick it up.
2.
Back to throw. Nicholson. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Miles Boykin with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And able to take it past the 20 a little bit, but no further. A flag in there as well. Let's see what this is. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Ryan to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. So we've reached halftime here. Charleston's already thrown off his headset. He's out here. He says, it's Christmas Day. I'm going home. We're not done yet, though. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there, because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And they'll try the jet sweep here. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Come on, QB, come on.
Get up.
Now Ryan. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Ryan. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Porter. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the 1st.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
Ready.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little.
Right there, 56. I got it. Check 31, check 31.
You draw Corker.
Shoot.
Now go. Go. Go.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. They find some open field here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Let's go.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
We ain't giving him nothing to do.
He's coming. We got double up.
Recon, 132 fighter.
March by 4. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Ready.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Hey, let's get this.
Fire.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Adrian Colbert, he was right there in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock the Albert away and bring up second down.
On second down, loss. And same result. He's going to take this just to the line of scrimmage before running into a brick wall. So third and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense.
Slam.
80 weapon.
58 to Mike. Coming. 58, boys. 58 to Mike. Watch the curl. Hey, switch gears. Tight dog.
They'll try the left side. Curtis. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point attempt here still to come. And it's 21-3.
Next is for Falcons 21, 49ers 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Niners take
Come
over
on, baby. Let's go.
at their own 35-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. The dump-off gets him only 1, and now you're looking at a 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
You're all right, baby.
Wait!
He's coming.
Check!
He's coming. Double up.
Hey, wahoo!
54, right there.
Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. Got his target, Samuel. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Ryan now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A good convergence there defensively. Only a yard, and it's 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion. And that makes this 2nd and 9. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all doing this?
Throwing again, Ryan. And the throw there going to be incomplete. As this one moves towards its conclusion, another incomplete pass there. Thoughts on the secondary? I mean, they seem to be pretty effective in this one.
Yeah, I thought that they've been absolutely outstanding. I mean, their job is to prevent touchdowns, and not a single touchdown's going on the board against them. Of course, they want to make it a total shutout, but hey, if you don't give up touchdowns, you've got a heck of a chance to win.
Here's Ryan. Oh, he's going to look end zone here for Pettis. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons' offense at the line. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Nicholson is going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. How good has he been throwing the football, though? Despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And, Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Ready.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Check 99. Check 99. Right there.
Look, squeeze. Bravo.
Switch.
Speed dribble.
Back to throw. Nicholson. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. And to give this time to the tailback. He's got the first down here inside the 30. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
So now following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10. Looking to throw. Nicholson to the end zone, but it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
Hey, Sam off. Come. Let go.
Throwing again. Nicholson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. From 10 yards out. And the Falcons push further out in front.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
3rd and long, it's Ryan. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Now the ball comes loose, and the Falcons grab it. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Here we go, set, 18, Gator.
Watch 54, watch 54. Oh, here we go. Oh.
Ready.
On first down, it's Curtis. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot.
Fire.
On 2nd down now, loss. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space.
Yeah. Kill.
Greystone travel. Let's go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create, and if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
2nd and 2. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Tighten up. Like it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right?
No.
I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's going. She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Play action. It's Ryan. Looking sideline, incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
54. I got it.
And he'll give it here to his running back. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Falcons, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.